we're fortunate enough to meet Ancel. She is the maker, the farm owner of Talamanca Chocolate, and she's here to answer the one lingering question that Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter are asking about. Is chocolate a salad?
If you take your really good unroasted cacao, high percentage, and you mix it with blueberries and acai berries and you drink it, eat it with a glass of red wine, you will never die.
One of the reasons why I decided to go to Costa Rica is I want to immerse myself more when it comes to the chocolate making process. So I discovered this place south of the country in the Caribbean coast. I followed her on Instagram, on YouTube, and now I'm here. I'm talking about the Talamanca Chocolate. Her name is Ancel. She is the person behind this genius chocolate as food movement that we have over here. And I'm so fortunate right now to get to meet her, to get to attend her cooking class and on how to make chocolate from seed to the bar. So if you guys are excited, I'm equally excited as you guys are. So come and join me. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Our chocolate making lesson begins with a tour of the cacao farm, tucked within the forest surrounding the beautiful property. Ancel, the chocolate genius and connoisseur, opened the tour with some mind-boggling information about the cacao plant.
Durian and cacao were the same tree originally, and the land split and durian continued to develop where it continued to develop, and cacao started to develop where Ecuador meets Colombia.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, and so, but then the land split again because durian and cotton came from durian.
Cotton came from, wow.
Isn't that bizarre?
I'm getting mind blown over here.
She then proceeded in explaining how the cacao plant got to Costa Rica, its life cycle, blooming process, and how it's pollinated, which shocked most of us.
We deliberately create mosquito-friendly environments on the farm so that we have a lot of pollination.
Yep, you heard that right. Mosquitoes as main pollinators of the cacao plant. She closed the farm forest tour with the medicinal value of the different parts of the cacao plant.
Flowers were used for stress relief. So you would take 50 or 60 flowers, put them in water, tell your water why you were stressed, and then pour that water over your head. So
Oh, wow.
it was only worked for two kinds of stress. Stress from overwork and stress from too much responsibility. So those sound like really modern stressors, but that's a 4,000-year-old remedy. And so even if you were living in the forest, you were still stressed from too
Maybe you should bring back potted version of this back in the city. I'm like, too much work. Let me bake on it.
And now, time for chocolate making.
Alright, let's see. This is a good one. It looks pretty good.
For the first process, Ancel introduced us to the cacao fruit, where we got to try the gooey flesh surrounding the seeds, and of course, the seed itself in its raw form.
Fruits like these
Such a color
grape
purple.
seeds or plum pits or and that form is really very, very good for you.
Really?
The purple color is anthocyanin,
I was thinking that.
and the cacao has quercetin, catechins, endocatechins, and anthocyanin, so it makes it a really, really good antioxidant. On the ORAC scale, which is how we measure antioxidants, blueberries are 2,500, acai berries are 18,100, fresh cacao is 62,500.
Time for step 2, fermentation of the cacao beans.
We line this bit with those heliconia leaves that you saw. We'll tear up the leaves, we'll mix it through the baba, and then we'll put more leaves on the top, so it's like a big tamale. Oh, wow. And then just put wood around it to keep it all together, and then we leave it for a couple of days. After about 2 days, we'll go in and we'll peel back the leaves, and it will look like tempeh. So we'll have it covered in a white mold. We'll have insect larvae in there. There'll be fruit fly larvae and soldier fly larvae. It'll smell really weird, a little bit like old socks, and that's exactly what we want.
For step 3, Anson showed us the different roasting levels of the cacao and how they influence the flavor of the chocolate.
And so, you know how in coffee we can buy a light, medium, and a dark roast coffee?
Yeah.
There's no availability in the chocolate world for buying a light, a medium, and a dark roast chocolate bar, which is strange to me because it really changes depending on the roast.
Okay.
If we roast it too much, it's going to start tasting like coffee because what we're actually tasting is the roast and no longer the bean. So the unroasted bean, we're going to taste the fermentation and the bean. With the roasted chocolate, we're going to taste, increasingly, we're going to taste the roast.
The shells of the roasted cacao beans are then removed, sifted, and grounded, leaving you with the highly nutritious cacao nibs or powder.
So we're trying to grind the nibs into smaller pieces. Oh my god. The volatiles, like what you're saying, this is getting better and better as you get closer to the finished product. Oh wow.
So cacao is about 430.
I'm telling you guys, if there's only smell-o-vision, you get to smell the whole entirety of this. It really smells really good.
And for that melt in your mouth finish, we use the wet grinder.
In Switzerland, they were trying to work out how they could make it smoother and smoother and smoother so it melted in your mouth more. And they had machines like this. And on a Friday night, they went home. They were supposed to switch the machine off. Somebody forgot to switch the machine off. And so it ran all over the weekend. And Monday morning, they went in. The chocolate looked different from it ever looked before. So they did what any good worker would do. They hid it away from the boss. And then at the end of the day, they went to deal with it. Like, what are we going to do with this chocolate? And it was...
Was it just
like
because of one employee?
Yeah.
And then the boss was like, you only have one job. And then the guy was like, but look what I did. And then
And then it took them 10 years to work out how to do it again and again and again.
For the final phase of our chocolate making process, we focus our attention to the trickiest part of chocolate making, the tempering.
There's one crystal that we want. It's called type 5 and it's the first one that forms. So type 5 forms at 93.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The chocolate melts at 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we've got a little window of opportunity for us to get that crystallization right.
What follows after are my favorite processes: molding, wrapping, and of course, chocolate tasting. Yum!
this is so good. I get to have more appreciation for chocolate now that I've visited this place. Did you actually change your perspective and your dimension for chocolate?
Speaking of perspective, it's time to ask Anson her thoughts on the most controversial question about chocolate.
She's here to answer the one lingering question that Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter are asking about. Is chocolate a salad?
Yeah. Yes, chocolate is a salad. Chocolate, you can put the fruit in the salad. You can make a fruit dressing out of the salad. You can make a soda out of the fruit. You can make a face cream out of the shell. You can do the cacao beans as a nut. You can make a face mask out of them too. You can, let's see, what else can you do? You can make them into chocolate. You can make them into dessert.
Wow, chocolate is everything.
Chocolate is everything.
More than a salad.
Oh yeah.
That's fascinating.
It's way better.
And this
for you
is
than
like
a
the
salad.
strongest argument ever.
Yeah.
And thank you for solidifying that claim.
Eat more chocolate.
Yes, we'll do.